Hello, I'm Oxamiss from OD Gaming. And guess what I'm doing today? I'm going to the dark side. And not the Force. No, I'm going to something that I remember from the past, something that I used to play, something that I've been passionate about. SEGA. Unfortunately, it's not Sonic. No, it's not Sonic this time. This time I'm going SEGA Dreamcast. Yes, SEGA Dreamcast. And I'm going to choose one of my favourite titles on this Dreamcast to play to you today. It is Sword of B. It is Sword of the Berserk Guts Rage. Oh, one of my favourite titles, yes. Now, I've had a bit of a hard time trying to bring this to you because, the old Dreamcast is a wheezing bag of crap. I've had it on life support, and I've really tried to kick it into life, but it likes to do restart. Well, as you can see here. So, what I've had to do is get out my backup Dreamcast. And one thing I did notice about the two was one was faded quite badly. And like an off-white, like an old Mentos that has been, I don't know, left in the sun too long. I don't know if that's a right analogy, a Mentos. Mentos, do they even probably erode? I don't know. But the simple fact is, it's just not its former glory. It's just not white. It's not white. Whereas the other one seems to be white because it's never left exposed to any light, oxygen, sustenance, game electricity, everything under the sun. But anyway, so I've had to resort to using that particular thing to get a little bit of preview. Now, one thing that I was also disappointed about was I used to have a lot of saves for this particular game, and I was going to step by step show you one of the favourite parts of the game. And what you do to record memory on the Dreamcast is use one of these little things. What is that? A little gamepad, you might ask? No, this is a memory card. And no matter what I do, I can't seem to get it to work. So, when I've actually got the controller hooked up the way it's meant to, which is like this, you've got the memory card that goes in there like that, and, for the old school people that don't know what that is, that's a rumble pack. It's where you get your vibrator. It's like, sort of thing. So yes, the memory pack goes in there, it lights up, as you'll probably see, and it tells you little bits and pieces. But no, it just did not want to cooperate today. It just did not say there was any saves there, even though there was clearly a save there. But it doesn't matter. All right, let's get into the game. Okay, so no virtual memory found. Typical, isn't it? And it's clearly there. It's clearly there. I know, I just showed you it was inserted in the controller. So let's try and continue here. Alright, here we go. I remember these starts were quite fancy back in the day. It's like, ooh, I'm better than PlayStation or Nintendo 64, which were the two rivals for a while for the Dreamcast, because they were just, oh yeah, cool. And then the PlayStation 2 came out, and oh my god, wasn't that the end of the world? And then quite a little while ago, if you want a bit of a history lesson, the Nintendo GameCube came out, and Nintendo bought the rights and everything for the hardware for the Dreamcast, and then they decided to obviously discontinue it, which was a real shame for the 10 million people out there who bought a Dreamcast, like myself, which I bought two of them. So, oh God, aren't I an idiot? But anyway, I don't think there was actually a bad title on the Dreamcast. SEGA, it was a good way for SEGA to go out. Oh, here we go.
whose fury knows no equal. His enemies will know true fear once he starts to swing.
Well, if I was swinging that thing, God, 2 swings and I'd be dead. Alright, new game. Since I said I can't get memory access at all. Loading, just like the PlayStation. Still loading.
Damn it! The whole thing's shot.
So, look, instead of letting this play all the way through, what I'll do is give you a bit of a summation. Traveling little group here. Basically, they're, on their way to do a show in the next village, and they've obviously had some, as you do in that period of time, always have axle trouble with your cart. It's just absolutely outrageous that they don't have, a BP petrol station everywhere to, help you with your axle trouble. I don't, by the way, there's no preference to BP here. I'm happy to go to any petrol station that'll give me a hand. But anyway, here we are, some bandits. What bad luck. You're in the middle of nowhere, like literally the middle of nowhere. And you've got, a guy that's bound to let a mask because he just, he's a bit cakey that way. That would be hot. Could you imagine fighting in that gear? You'd just be sweaty. You need your face to breathe. Oh. And then you've got a monk woman who is clearly having an issue. Probably needs a tissue.
Who is she?
Whoever she is, there's something wrong with her.
These were quite impressive graphics, by the way, back in the day. I remember watching it, thinking to myself, wow, that's not too bad. Compared to, the Nintendo 64, which, kind of had, better polygon style shapes, I think, than PlayStation, which would sort of cut in and all, be not quite as refined, but it was lacking the detail. It was lacking the detail, and you kind of like, there was just no detail on the Nintendo 64. The Dreamcast came along and sort of took the harshness of the PlayStation and the refinedness of the polygons in the here we go, whoa, and put it together. Oh God, yes. Mortal Kombat, eat your heart out. If you want extra blood, you've got it. I guess that's where the guts come into it. Fist, eat my fist. I have a 20-foot sword, but eat my fist. Oh, yes. And for some reason, the hit detection on this is useless. Oh my God. Block! That guy, that should have sliced him in half, but no, he's just knocked him down, he's fine. He just needs a band-aid. And now he's fading away. And his mates, who for some reason were hiding up there in the trees, thought, the other guys, they'll be fine. No problems. Just let them do. Oh God, I'm useless. Gee, I had a little lie down there, but anyway. Okay, I'm just going to skip this little bit here because, I want to get into the game a little bit, and this is actually quite a long game. So I'll just surmise before I do that and say, look, it's actually the going controls aren't too bad. It seems to have a sort of a little bit of hit and miss here with the hit detection. You kind of got to aim in the right direction. But when you're in the right direction, you kind of slice up the dude that's in front of you. But if you're hoping that you have an auto lock system or something, I forgot about this actually. I forgot that you could have it's like a lust, a rage. This is where the rage comes in, and you only got one eye, but you have a demon eyes. And look at me go. That's it. That's just, what can I say about that? I'll just see it through because I'm going so well right now. Oh God, he just copped it. And now, see, that's the he can do. It's just like I just tried to aim for that guy, and I was like, nah, it's not having a bar at it. But I think it's a nice touch that when you swing a sword into a mountain, it sparks. Because, you know, you have to deal with that kind of, you know, instead of just bumping or just sort of going through the wall as old PlayStation would do. And clear. Good, clear. You've got everybody. And obviously every time you finish a battle, clear will come up because you've cleared it.
Oh, thank you, brave swordsman. You saved our lives. Oh.
Oh my. What the hell? Nudity? Nudity in this game. What's the rating in this thing? It has no rating. It has no rating on the cover. So it's anything goes. You got a nude elf.
Haven't you ever seen an elf? The adorable pup.
With ass and everything included. It's just, oh, you serious?
Who are you?
I guess you just gotta let that fly. It was of the time, I guess. So I guess. Anyway,
He's my buddy. He carries my house.
let's move on a little bit. Let's move on.
And that's our Casca.
I love this soundtrack. I used to remember actually trying to replicate this soundtrack back in the day because I thought it was, you know, it sounds like it's very retro. I'll put the word retro. I was going to use the word crap, but the word retro would be better for this particular thing because, you know, you got to have it at the moment. You know, these sounds were like, oh yeah, they're current sounds. A little bit more story here. Going through the story, you know, I'm assuming Japanese singing.
There she is! Hey, look, guys!
Ready, Aruku? Jump! Ta-da! And now, here comes our main event. The Strongman Jaw!
That's the guy. He's possessed by the Mandragora! Damn monster!
The Mandra what?
Get the hell out of our town!
No! Stop it, you fools! What has he ever done to you people?
Oh, the hell with you! We're not gonna let a Mandragora zombie go free!
Oh my god! What is that thing?
Foul beast!
John, no!
Good lord!
Stop it, John! Set it down!
That's right! Stop!
And it's time for a boss battle. It's time for a boss battle. Let's have a look. Oh. I'm gonna carve you up like coon cheese. Alright. So I'm warming up. Oh, don't need a sword, let's punch the crap out of him. Here we go again. Sword. Look at the size of that life bar. It's bigger than mine. Oh, this dude's immune. Oh, kicking my ass. Let's get some air. Get this air. Oh yeah. Beautiful hit detection there. Beautiful hit detection. And I'm being pummeled. Here we go. We've got the sword out again. And what happened there? Game over. Game over already. Oh. That was too quick. But anyway, look, as an intro to that particular game, Sword of the Berserk, Guts and Rage. That wasn't too bad. I will do a part 2 later on in the archive, I would say, of the actual videos we're doing, where I'll get you a bit more of the story and stuff like that. But it's just, I've had so much trouble with the Dreamcast today, with my normal version of it, I should say, which is the same version, by the way, just sitting out there going yellowing to the max, and also just being a bastard, you know, doing the screen. It was just, every time I tried to play through it, it crashed, to the point where I gone and got my so-called collector's edition Dreamcast that I was trying to keep good out of the box, just so I could record that few minutes of that game. Now, I'm sorry that I can't get you more detailed exposition of what actually makes this game so great. But as I said, part 2 is coming soon. Now, let's do a summation of what we saw. We saw horrible hit detection when you were just trying to search for it. You saw great graphics compared to what the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 were beforehand. With, as I said before, you have the complexity of the polygons that the Nintendo had, and you've got the sharpness that the PlayStation had combined into one. That's what kind of made the Dreamcast so great. Now, I do have a list of other games that I'm going to go through on the Dreamcast that were also classics, so to speak. I even have the Code Veronica. Now, people go, oh, Code Veronica X. Everyone knows Code Veronica X, the Resident Evil title. It was no X. There was never an X. It was just Code Veronica. And then, because the system went discontinued, they decided, hey, what we're going to do now is we're going to re-release it on pretty much every system we can think of, but we'll put an X there because that makes it special. And for people that back in the day for that particular game, I know I'm getting off topic a little bit here, when the graphics are better on PlayStation. They're not. Because I have that game on PlayStation as well. The simple fact is I just wanted to give you a bit of an intro to the Dreamcast, and there it is. Alright, this is Oxamiss signing off. Please subscribe, like, and please comment so we know what kind of videos you would like to see, because we have a lot of games we can cover, but requests would be appreciated. Thank you.